Welcome everybody. Welcome to my channel. My name is Chrissy and today I'm going to be giving you a prediction reading for the 13th of June. A lot of us here love the number 13. We see it as very lucky. So welcome anybody new to my channel as well. Please consider subscribing. Lovely to have you here. Please feel free to comment and hit those like buttons, guys. You know that helps me a lot. First off, I am here with the doggos. There's Sprocky. Getting all comfortable. And I've got Sophie somewhere here. There she is, there's her head. She had her injection the other day too, guys, for her grass allergy. So hopefully she'll stop itching. It gives her like 3 months of complete no itching. Otherwise she rips her paws off. She has tablets as well, and I do wear clothes. That's why she's always in clothing, if you wonder why. She is allergic to grass. Pretty much that's Sophie. And their brother and sister, they just have very different skin. Okay, a little bit of admin, guys. Cheers, everyone. I have got my coffee. I've got my hubby's seagull mug again today. I'm on the vanilla latte at the moment, guys. Now, a little bit of admin. Oh, guess what, guys? Oh, I've got a bit of news to tell you from yesterday. The snow arrived yesterday. It's a miracle. It's like over a month late. We had nothing. So hopefully the ski fields here are getting some snow. And it was bloody freezing. It came pouring down in the morning about 9 o'clock. Absolutely pouring. Like it was like sleet. It was like rain and snow, and it was absolutely freezing. And I had 2 coffees in its takeaway container, guys. I'm leaving the coffee shop, and the old guys I sit with are sitting there, and I'm leaving with my hubby's coffee and that to take it to him at work. And as I was getting in the car, I dropped the keys into the gutter, and the gutter, because of the rain and sleet and snow and everything, the gutter was running. It was running downhill, and my keys started going downhill. They were underwater. Oh my God, guys. Had to put my foot in it. My nice silver sand shoe went into the water and got all drenched. It was freezing. I managed to get the keys out, shook them off, dried them, and luckily they were okay. And then I spilt the coffee all down myself, but I had a coat on, so I wiped them. It was one of those days, guys. But the keys are still working, thank God, on the car. Oh my God. How's the snow and that? It just... and the wind and the cold, it just throws you into a bit of chaos, doesn't it, guys? And not only that, then as the day went on, because it was still freezing, my daughter and I left my keys in the house. What's with the keys, guys, yesterday? Tell me if you guys went through any of this yesterday. I locked the keys in the house. I never, ever lock the keys in the house. I know I lose the keys a lot. That's something I do, misplace the keys a lot. But I never lock them in the house. Went to just go down to the car, had my handbag, because normally the handbag, I can just have it near the car door and it opens. Didn't open. My daughter looks at me and I went, I've locked the keys in the house. Couldn't even believe it. Ring hubby. He's only a few minutes away. No, he was out of town, wasn't he? He was out of town. My daughter and I had to sit outside in the freezing in the shed for 2 hours. He ended up getting caught on this job. Like, of all times, he was out of town. We were absolutely frozen. And my daughter's saying to me, look, we're in the shed and it was so cold. We went outside for a little while because the sun came out. We thought, oh, we'll go sit in the sun, and it was even worse out there. So we went back into the shed. 2 hours we were frozen, guys. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. It was just like ridiculous because my son was working out of town. Hubby was out of town. It was like just weird. And my daughter's saying to me, oh, Mum, I have a real appreciation now for homeless people. How do they survive? And I went, I don't know how they survive in any... We don't have many homeless people here because it's just far too cold. So it was an interesting day yesterday, guys. So my video went up quite late because I had to get my thoughts together, and it was just one of those days. So I don't know what the message was with all the key things around the keys yesterday. But anyway, I'm moving on today, guys. No snow today, just grey, bleak skies. I can't believe you guys in UK and that are still getting winter weather in your summer. Your spring was ordinary and now you're still getting it in summer. That's just terrible. It is, guys. It's so bad. First, I wanted to just go through a little bit of admin, like I said, guys. Enough of my key dramas yesterday. Linda Jo, you gave me another song by Bonnie Raitt. Is it Feel Like Home? And I'm guessing it's that song, Feels Like Home to Me. Feels like home to me. I do know that song, and I'm sure a lot of you know that song. And it's actually, I think that's a good message there, because when you awaken, it feels like you're home. You finally feel settled in yourself. Your home becomes your haven and your sanctuary. And you feel like you finally found home. You find this peace inside of you. It's beautiful. So thank you, Linda Jo. I did find that song very interesting. That I'd like to listen to the words of that. Maybe we'll go listen to that, guys. The other thing is, of course, we've got Hunter Biden. If you're living in America, I'm sure you've heard about it. Found guilty in the gun trial. Oh, yes. Found guilty. Oh, I wonder what'll happen there. Let me guess. Absolutely nothing, I'm guessing, as per usual. Nothing ever comes of anything. It's always big drama and part of the clown show, and then nothing comes of it because Biden's not going to jail his own son. We all know that. Oh, God help. Imagine if Trump gets in, he'll probably drag Hunter Biden through the court. Imagine if that happened. Anyway, we know, I've got no joke, I'm just looking out at the apple tree. And there's probably 10 blue and red parrots out there on the apple tree eating that bird feeder. Now I've got galahs arriving. And yesterday, guys, I had a kookaburra on the clothesline. Oh, it was so cute. Talk about birds. We just love birds, don't we? The other thing is, guys, on the news this morning, guess what's happening in Oz? There is a high demand for, yes, guess, tiny homes. Oh, funny that, since everyone's having to downsize. And they're saying that there are more attractive options. So they're on the rise. People are actually wanting them. I don't think people are actually wanting them. That's with no yards or anything. They showed a few in Sydney and that. And I think it's because people can only afford them. Is probably more the real reason for that. So tiny homes being all normalised here in Oz. The old shoeboxes are coming in, guys. And the other thing I just wanted to mention to you guys too is just please, I think it was you, Debbie, please check you're still subscribed to my channel. We know YouTube's very good at unsubscribing people, so please go in, maybe unsubscribe and then resubscribe to make sure you're locked in. And please look for my daily videos. I do them daily. And feel free to comment down below. It is lovely to hear from you. I know a lot of you read each other's messages. We kind of find out what's really going on in each other's countries because basically we don't hear about it on mainstream media, do we, guys? We don't really get the truth. Hey, the other thing I just want to briefly mention to you guys, my doggy whisperer worked with Sprocket yesterday and on my knee as well yesterday. She's a real healer. She's the one who wrote the book, Finding Stillness. It's on Amazon if anyone's interested. It's written by Liliana Riven is her pen name. Her name is Sandy. Her and I are going to do a question and answer video next Wednesday. We talked about it. We think, it's kind of good to answer a few questions. After me getting that question the other day about why were we the first wave of people awake because we're the intuitives, the psychics, etc. I know there's a lot of questions you guys are probably wanting to ask. So look, if you want to put forward a question, I'm going to pick out some of the main ones, see if there's some that a lot of us keep wanting to know. And so Sandy and I are going to do that next Wednesday, guys. So look out for that as well. If you have got a question, under your comment, just put a Q for question and I'll read the question underneath. And I'll like I said, I'll pick a few out and Sandy and I are going to just talk about things like just randomly off the cuff, just see what comes up through our guides. So that'll be fun. Remember the last video, guys? I'll leave it over here about her book, Finding Stillness, if anyone's interested and hasn't bought that yet. Okay. And she shares a lot in that video to teach you as well. All right, I'll close my eyes, guys. We'll get started and we'll see what comes up. Cheers, everyone. A little bit of snoring today. A little bit of snoring going on. All right. I'm still getting this herbivore thing. We know it's being pushed forward. It's showing me like a bulldozer just pushing the herbivore stuff to the front. We know they're trying to make us all vegan, plant-based, vegetarian, getting rid of red meat, get rid of red meat. We know this is happening globally. This is all part of the agenda. But I think in this next 6 months, we're going to start to hear more about this herbivore diet. I'll just call it the herbivore diet as they try to push us away from the carnivore diet. And we know that's already happening because the fact that they've got steak prices going through the roof, they're tagging meat with the, what do you call them, the tags that you can't shoplift them because the buzzer goes off. We know this is happening. We've all seen it. It's starting to happen globally too. So this is really happening. They're really pushing the herbivore diet forward. But we know it's not really the herbivore diet. It's the plant-based, lab-based, processed, preservative-filled gunk meat that they're... Have you seen it, guys? I've showed you the bacon. It ain't pretty. It ain't pretty. It looks like rubber. I bet it tastes like rubber too. Oh. Anyway, let's keep going. So this is huge. This is all a big part of the agenda moving forward. And of course, it all comes back to the terrible, terrible cow emissions and cow burps and cow farts. And, oh, it's ruining the environment, guys. Climate change, climate extinction, all these things come to mind, guys. Global warming, global boiling. You know, it's all about... I mean, Sprocket, he would have some emissions, let's face it, guys. So let's hope they don't come after the pets, because if you've got a big dog, like I do, you'll be in big trouble. All right, so I'm getting that. All right. You can't believe this stuff, can you, guys? You can't. Okay. Getting Finland. Finland. Finland's rising. They're coming up into their strength and power. I'm getting Finland. It's coming in waves. Their awakening is coming in waves too now. There's like people will stand up and then more people will stand up and then there'll be more people that stand up. I'm getting that for Finland. Fingers. Ooh, I'm getting Iceland again. Iceland's had a lot of volcanic activity over there, haven't they? But I always get things like communications around Iceland. Hang on, let me see what I get. I'm getting Iceland's being told stuff like this is about service to community. I'm just getting this. They're being told, they're being fed, I'd say in Iceland, they're being fed BS garbage and lies, basically. That this is all going to help the community and everything we're doing here is to help your community. I feel like the people in Iceland, we pretty much know they're being absolutely lied to. And I feel like the government in Iceland's like on this mission to really control things and keeping the people in the dark. It's like they're showing me the government leaders or whoever's in Iceland is just shutting the curtain and it's dark. It's keeping the people in the dark. The people are none the wiser in Iceland. They're not being told the true story. That's what I'm getting. Around what's going on with this building and the communications, and I get the satellite dishes and I'm just getting all this. So you think about it, the volcanoes is probably a good distraction, isn't it? Earth shifting, a lot of changes in Mother Nature, isn't there, guys? Don't know what causes some of these things, do we? We have a lot of question marks around this. We know the weather gets manipulated everywhere, which does have an effect on everything. All right, let's keep going. And I am getting that the consciousness shift has really begun. It's really speeding up now. The level and the consciousness vibrational frequency is really rising up. It's starting to really move and take off. It's not reaching great heights yet, but nonetheless, it's on the move. And that's what we want, guys. We want people waking up, seeing the truth, fighting back, having courage and strength to, well, stand up to these global dictators, basically, who are trying to take over the world. So the vibrational shift in consciousness is really starting to happen. And a lot of us here complain about like how tired we feel. We get little pockets of bits of anxiety and different things like, but we recognize it's not ours. So I am getting that. The shift in consciousness is really starting to move now. So be warned, more anger, more anger. People are tired. This is the people waking up, not you guys watching my channel, but the people waking up. They're more tired, more anger, more beast mode, more Karens. We talk about it all the time. But what's going to happen is there's going to become this overwhelming tiredness in people now. You could stretch it that far. It's like when people are angry, then they just sort of fall over and are exhausted. That's what I'm getting. There's a big tiredness coming over the land is what I'm getting globally. All right. Because as we know here, that's how you heal. You rest, you heal. It's like anything when you've got the flu or maybe a virus of some sort, just saying, maybe the immortal one. When it knocks you over, you're sort of forced to rest. If you don't rest, you don't get well. You just keep getting run down. So this is the kind of thing. Things force you to rest. And that's how people heal and move to the next levels. All right. And I'm getting that people have to stand up and take their life back. Oh, they're giving me that Fleetwood Mac song. Is it? Stand up, stand up. In the middle of my room, I could not see. Oh, what's that song called? I'm just getting that. Is it Stand Up by Fleetwood Mac? I'm going to check it. I hate giving you the wrong songs, guys. I've been really... it frustrates you. It's by Stevie Nicks sings it. Stand up, stand up. I know how much you guys like music. Stand back, stand back. It's called Stand Back. Stand back, stand back. But what I'm getting is, well, we probably need to stand back and watch all this just play out. We don't have to actually stand up anymore. We've done our fighting, guys. But I am getting that song by Stevie Nicks, Fleetwood Mac. I think Stevie Nicks sings it. Stand back, stand back, stand back. But people also have to stand up to make a difference. So I'm just getting that song for some reason. All right. Gosh, you guys really love the music too. You always give me songs and things. It's great, guys. All right. I'm getting German farmers really hitting back again. I feel like the German farmers are really taking this up a notch again. I am seeing, Germany's still in their fighting power. They're still in the little people. That's what I keep saying. The little people are the ones with the strength in Germany at the moment. And I do feel the farmers are really fighting back. That could happen. That could be coming. As you know, guys, my videos are for entertainment purposes. Just take from them what you choose. But they can be current things that come through, or they can be things coming in the future. So I am seeing German farmers rising back up again. German farmers. And I always get this Netherlands farmers a lot, because we know the Netherlands had such success. They still communicate with other farmers globally. They help other farmers. It's almost showing me like, it's showing me the Netherlands farmers like throwing paper planes to other countries with information on it. Like, it's like that. It's like, or they're sort of saying like a homing pigeon takes a message to the other farmers. They're getting messages to other farmers on what to do, how to stand up. I'm just getting that. But it's in a way that it doesn't destroy the information along the way of getting it there. I do feel that. I feel like these Netherlands farmers help a lot of other farmers. So I am getting the German farmers will really continue to fight back against all the garbage that's coming towards them. Oh, it's so ridiculous, isn't it? Oh, none of it makes any sense, does it? None of it. Oh, just the taxes alone on everything is just ludicrous. Oh, okay. Keep getting it. I have to say, you know I do, China is rising. I'm just going to say it because I got Germany for so long and then they rose. I got London for so long and then they rose. And now I keep getting China, which, if you're new here, is Canada. Because it's morphing into little China. It's going down that very authoritarian road of dictatorship with Trudeau in power. So I am getting that. They're rising up, guys. Oh, God. I'm just seeing that for China. People don't want to take it anymore. Actually, my girlfriend yesterday said she had someone that visited China. I know I've got a lot of you over there. And they just said how it's just changed so much. Like, they were quite shocked. So I think people living there now are quite shocked at how much it's changed so much as well. And, you know, is that going to be your future, or are you going to do something about it? This is the people waking up. They're at the crossroads, guys, in China. They have to do something. Do something or just lump it. That's their future. Communism. Just like Panda, which is China here, if you knew. Okay. Trudeau's falling over his feet. It's showing me his mind's too far ahead for his body. You know, when someone say they're running or something and they're thinking too far ahead and then they sort of trip over their own feet. I'm getting that for Trudeau. He's too far ahead of himself. We know he's been like doing his paperwork, ticking everything off, overriding things, just full steam ahead for China, for Trudeau, with his reset rollout. And I'm getting that, but he's starting to trip over his feet. It's not a smooth path for him still. And it'll be when the people stand up. That's what I feel. It's going to cause him to trip over a few times because it's not just a smooth path. He's racing too much. He's speeding all this up. He's not even doing, to me, Trudeau's not even going to do trials like Euler's tracking and tracing trials and all this and let's try this suburb. He just hit the whole of China all at once and implement it. That's how he thinks. He just thinks he can do that. But see, his head's too far ahead. His feet can't keep up. And that's going to cause him to trip up. Same with like EV car dates and all that in China too. If you haven't got the infrastructure, it's going to trip you up because it's not going to work. People aren't going to come on board and buy an expensive EV car. Actually, one of the old guys I was talking to this morning was telling me a friend of his drove from east coast of Australia across to the west coast of Australia recently in an EV car, and they were nearly out of charge when they got there, and then they couldn't find an EV charging station and got all really stressed. Oh, the old EV anxiety hits yet again. Another story, guys. Doesn't end, does it? So that's what I'm getting. It's not going smooth for old Trudeau. See, it's all very well and good to have all these things racing around in your mind and knowing how you're going to get them out and just hitting the people with them hard. But sometimes you do trip up because not always the people want these things, i.e. the Ottawa protests, etc., etc. You don't know how people are going to react. And I'm guessing in China, people are going to react soon. I'm hoping so. Oh, God, come on, guys. I'm going to keep putting it out there. All right, let's keep going. Where there's a will, there's a way, guys, the guys are saying. Have hope, have hope. Hope. Oh my God. All right. Oh, I'm getting there's a battle down under now between Elbow and Chris Luxon. What's this about? There's a battle down under. Elbow and Chris Luxon. They're a bit competitive, I think, with each other. As much as they try to be on the same page together, I feel like they still battle a bit. I think they have a little bit of a clash of ideas. See, Elbow thinks he's above Chris Luxon because he's been in power longer and he thinks his ideas are better. So they do, I think they debate a little bit around the future moving forward, whether it be around military coming together, combining things. I feel like there's a little bit of clashing goes on with these two. It's not just all smooth sailing. And I think also Chris Luxon doesn't want to tread on Elbow's toes too much because he feels like Elbow, in a strange way, does have a few rungs up on him on the ladder of success with the global leaders because he's had all these important meetings with the AUKUS, with Sushi and Biden and all this kind of stuff. And I do feel like Chris Luxon's reluctantly kind of follows along more with Elbow's suggestions. So I think they do battle a little bit. It's not all smooth sailing between the two of them because they're two different people with different ideas. And, of course, Elbow sees himself above Chris Luxon. Oh, it's just so painful, all these egos. I told you they're all competitive. Even when they're working together, they're still competitive with each other. Oh, it's ridiculous. Let's see if there's one more thing, guys, and then we'll pull some cards. I'm getting zero, nothing, zilch herd immunity. There's no such thing as herd immunity. I think we could all agree with that now. People are getting it just constantly now. Particularly a lot of people who have perhaps had the picky, they're getting it like 3-4 times a year. Like Could be the flu, could be the CV, could be the variant, could be the latest thing here is now there's ads on the RSV chest infection. Yes, that's the latest. Isn't it funny though, guys? Years ago, maybe 4 years ago, before some of these lab-based experiments sort of began, just saying, maybe Wuhan, there wasn't really a lot of RSV around. I'd never heard of it. Had you guys? Maybe it was. Maybe I just didn't know anyone that had it. Now it's like every second person. And there's a lot of other things that kind of go around. And it's immortal now, so it goes on and on and on. So I'm getting that these kind of things are starting to wake people up. So there's definitely drops in the BOOSTERs to top everybody up. There's huge drops in these. But you know what's interesting, and I find interesting, all the oldies that I sit with and everything, they all go get the flu jab, which is interesting. It's like been ingrained into them from kids, hasn't it? Get your flu jab, get your flu jab. It's mad. But you sort of, when I say to my mother, well, where did the flu go for 2 years? She hasn't got an answer. And then someone else I knew said, oh, that's because the borders were closed. I said, Australia has its own flu. It doesn't just come from another country. Like, there was no logic. Everyone's logic just went out the window, didn't it, guys? Anyway, when you tweak around and play around with things, you never know what you're going to get, do you? And here we are with the immortal, everything. It just keeps going round and round and round. So that's what's causing people to wake up, because they've never... And actually, someone said that to my hubby in his work the other day, that everyone's so sick. Oh, yes. Didn't really help the herd immunity. It affected people's immune systems, which we knew pretty much was the goal. HIV does come to mind, where your immune system drops dramatically. And it's funny, isn't it, how just, you know, connecting the dots there, that the common denominator seems to be Fauci. Yes, Fauci, the one that came out the other week and said that they sort of made everything up as they go, and the social distancing they just kind of made up, and wearing the mask, there was really no proof. They didn't have any scientific evidence. But no one will see that except for us BS detectors who do our homework. It's certainly not going to be on mainstream media, is it, guys? And I don't hold my breath for any of the protests to be on mainstream media either, guys. I know you guys are saying nothing either. Still nothing here. All right, how about we pull a couple of cards, guys? Let's pull out Adoring Virtue. The world we are living in, guys, is just... I don't even know what it is. It's just so weird to me. Divine guidance. Yep. Keep looking for it. Keep listening to it. We do get divinely guided. I know a lot of you guys talk to spirit too. We really listen to our messages. We listen to our signs and synchronicities, although I am a bit confused about all my key stuff yesterday, but I'm figuring there were reasons that all happened. For example, I'm just using that as an example. Things happen to you guys as well. I figured that I'll figure that out down the track. Like maybe it was getting slowing me down for the day, or there was some reason that all happened, maybe to make me more diligent with my keys. I don't know. I'm sure I'll work it out down the track. But, you know, we see these things as like significant. We don't dismiss things and go, oh, well, stuff happens. Like you do to a degree, but then when two things happen with your keys that day, for example, you go, that's weird. That's weird. It starts to become a little obvious, doesn't it? Two major things. Okay, I have to hide this lady because she's in the nude. Hang on, I need my glasses. Well, she's sort of nude. The search, feeling lost, confused, and lonely. I don't think we're there anymore, though. Once upon a time, we did feel like that, but I don't feel like we're lonely now. It's that the search is finding yourself. I think for a lot of our life, we probably did feel lost and lonely and isolated. I mean, look at us all finding each other here. We talk to each other, we laugh. We let each other know what's going on. Like, I consider you guys friends. You call me a friend. Like, it's like that light kind, finding each other. And it doesn't matter if you're not literally in each other's pockets and living near each other, because it's a vibrational frequency. We've come together here through vibration because we're on the same sort of spiritual growth and path. So I feel like that's what the search is. The search has been about finding yourself, and the awakening is finding yourself again. That's exactly what it is. Hey, I'm going to open this book. I bought this book for my daughter ages ago. You Are Beautiful. And I'm going to just open it and read a quote. Oh, there you go. Beauty doesn't fade. It matures and mellows like a fine wine. That's so cute, isn't it? That's actually true. You know, we talk about the spiritual master's degree that we're going through this year. We're learning and growing. And you think about it, it only gets more mellow like a fine wine. And it's true, even awakening, I'm going to pull one more of these. You don't get as overwhelmed with things that once really bothered you. Now you just go. I mean, one of you was telling me you were listening to someone who's waking up yesterday. Sorry, I get muddled up. I read so many comments. And you just sat there and listened, and it was just wonderful that you could just control yourself to actually do that. We need to be better listeners. Instead of bombarding people, we have to allow that this is their journey. Their journey is different to our journey. Confidence. The most beautiful people are comfortable in their own skin. No. And that's us. That's where we're at now. We've become more, I would say, spiritually confident, haven't we, guys? Spiritually confident. Isn't it a cute book? I just wanted to help her, like, with her self-esteem and thing. There's one in here, guys, that I was just briefly looking at. Where is it? This one. I'm going to read it to you because it reminds me of the crystal glasses. Look at the picture. That's the picture, guys. I'm going to read it to you. Beauty-coloured glasses. See your world through beauty-coloured glasses. Begin to focus on the beauty around you and your world will change. When you recognise and appreciate the beauty in everyone and everything, the more the beauty within you and in your life will grow. That's it. That's so true, isn't it? Beauty-coloured glasses. It's like the crystal glasses. Everything becomes just different. You just see the world differently. And I think also the vibrational frequency that you emit then becomes different as well. It's that we just see beauty in so many things, don't we, guys? Through the crystal glasses or the coloured glasses. We talk about that with the TV set, the black and white TV to the coloured TV. How everything just pops and becomes more dimensional and the colours are richer and everything's brighter and everything feels different, doesn't it, as well? Not only like visually, but I also talked about taking off the blinkers like the horse. And you see a lot more comes into your life than just the sort of tunnel vision that you've been living through when you're in that contracted state of pain and that you don't look and see everything. Whereas when you open up and awaken, it's like the butterfly literally flying off and looking from a higher vantage point. All right, I'll see if there's one more thing to close off with today, guys. They're giving me that song. Like a bridge over troubled water, I will lay me down. Just getting that song. It's a pretty song, that song. It's an old song, but it's a pretty song. And if you think about it, we're just walking over the bridge or over the troubled water now. We're not in the troubled water and the chaotic flow of the stream that's all chaotic and the clown show and everything that's going on. We're not in it. We're just like on the peaceful Zen Japanese bridge watching all this from afar. Or going past us, always looking from a good sort of vantage point, but observing things but not being in it is what I'm getting. All right. Oh, they give me Baker Street. Down in the cold down Baker Street, they got so many people, but they got no soul. And another crazy day, find out you're wrong and forget about everything. They say you'll always be happy. You're never ever gonna be happy. You're trying. I love Baker Street. Isn't it a great song? I love that song. All right, let's see one more thing. God, I'm getting that monkey. I'm getting the monkeys. And I'm getting that daydream believer and I, homecoming queen. And I think daydream believer is really Like, we daydream a lot probably as awake souls, but we also believe things are possible. Like, I'm just getting that song. I saw it's by the Monkeys. I love the Monkeys. I love the Monkeys. Weren't they fun? Hang on a minute. And I'm getting, of course, that song by the Monkeys. Hey, hey, we're the monkeys. People say we're clowning around. We're too busy singing to bring anybody down. Oh, that's a great song. That suits us. The BS Detectives, Braveheart, Maverick, Rebel, Freedom Fighting. BS detectives that we are. We're too busy singing to bring anybody down. So we don't do that sort of thing. We don't bring people down. We don't care what they're doing. We're too busy singing with all of our music and enjoying life and seeing things through the crystal glasses. That song's actually pretty appropriate for us. We better listen to the rest of the song words in that song, guys. Remember the Monkeys? I love the Monkeys. Remember all the old shows, guys, like HR Puff and stuff, Lost in Space, Gilligan's Island. Oh, just to name a few. There were so many good shows back then. Oh, all right, hang on. Let's see if there's one more thing. Oh, give me the Partridge Family. They're trying to give me a song. Hang on. Remember the Partridge Family? I think I love you, but what am I so afraid of? I'm afraid that you're not sure of, and a love that there's no cure for. I think I love you. Oh, what was his name? David Cassidy. Oh my God, heartthrob. Had the biggest crush on David Cassidy. Every girl in the world did, didn't we, guys? I'm going to leave you with that song today. David Cassidy and the Partridge Family. I think I love you, but what am I so afraid of? I'm afraid I'm not sure of a love there is no cure for. Is that the words? I don't know. But anyway, it's all about love, awakening, vibration. You know the drill. So I'm going to say goodbye from Australia today. I'll say goodbye from Smocko. And goodbye from Sophie. You going to say goodbye, Sophie? You going to wag your tail? Sophie? They're absolutely wrecked. Winter makes them really tired. All right, I'm going to say goodbye. Don't forget, guys, leave your questions. Put a Q and the question right at the end, and I'll go through them, and Sandy and I will come on next week and do a Q&A. We haven't done a video for a while. Excuse me, guys. I know you really enjoyed that last one. Cheers, everybody. Have a wonderful day, and I'll come on and talk to you tomorrow. Take care, everyone. Bye.